the question. What does DTE, the Leland, and a U-Haul have in common? They're all doing something together. I'll tell you what it is coming up.
Another day of testimony tied to the court hearing of a 5-year-old Thomas Cooper, the young child who died in the hyperbaric chamber. I'm Brandon Hudson. Why it may take some time before we learn if all 4 employees who are charged will go to trial.
I'm meteorologist Rich Lubman. Our cold pattern continues, but what about snow chances moving forward? We're going to check it all for you just ahead.
Working for you. This is Fox 2 News at 5.
We begin with a big update on the fate of more than 24 tenants at a Detroit high-rise who are on the verge of being evicted. They were told they had to leave by tomorrow if the landlord didn't pay a massive electric bill, but they might have more time. Let's get live to Fox News' Charlie Langton. He's in downtown Detroit with the new developments, and this timing with the weather getting colder couldn't be better.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, if you had a $43,000 electric bill and it's freezing cold right now, you would not like that. So who's got the bill? Well, the owners here of the Leland. This is a 1927, in its day, a beautiful, beautiful building. They owe, coincidentally, DTE Energy, literally right across the street downtown here at Bagley. Well, because of some agreement, yesterday, that was the deal, that DTE was going to cut off the electricity to the Leland. So about the 40 residents or so here, not this guy, but other ones, they all got their U-Haul trucks and they were moving out. But I'll tell you what, we've got some breaking news right now. Just talked to the owners of the management company of the Leland. They have agreed to pay DTE the $43,000 subject to a bankruptcy approval. Take a look at this statement that we got. The ownership of the Leland has obtained the needed funding subject to approval of the bankruptcy judge. The financing will pay the funds that DTE are required to be paid by Thursday. The bottom line to this thing is that the electricity will stay on. Now, there's still a lot of confusion amongst the residents and the people helping them move out. Take a look at Barbara, who's kind of confused. Barbara?
You know, when seniors get a certain age, they on fixed income, like me, which thank God I ain't in this mess. But
what do you say to the people that own the Leland and DTE?
You don't want me to say it. You want me to really say it? Need to find and whoop that ass. That's what they need to do. Just find who started this and whoop that ass. Yeah.
Are you from here? You live there?
No, I used to live here.
All right, so people are coming here. They used to live here. You don't live. You moved
years ago.
Yeah.
I moved about 5 years ago.
You heard about that? The DTE they're not paying the bill.
I've heard about that. I'm just concerned about my friends that still live here. So I usually stop by every now and then to check on them, but I'm really concerned about them now.
But you know what? We got good news, though, because the owners here agreed to pay the DTE the money. The electricity will stay on.
We talked about that today, and I told him, I say, there is a God, and we talked about that, and he showed up.
There you go.
He showed up.
He showed up.
Thank you.
All right. Bottom line, it all subject to a bankruptcy judge has to approve it. That's Thursday. But it looks like the electricity will stay on. Roop, I am live down here, downtown, in this never-ending story. I'll send it back to you.
Yeah, but how do you explain this to people who already have their moving trucks? They already moved out. They took their stuff. They paid money for the U-Haul, and now they're just stuck in some temporary place, wondering if they should come back home.
Well, I'll tell you what, they have the option, but listen, how long this will be good for, we don't know. The bottom line, this whole thing is in bankruptcy, and there is someone that would like to buy this place. Now, if they do buy this place, again, subject to approval of the bankruptcy court, I don't know the fate of the people, about 40 or so that live here. They may be kicked out anyway. And these are only month-to-month tenants, so every month, I mean, there's electric bills. So they have to be paid every month. So it's a real problem. But for now, at least until Thursday, the electricity will be on. We'll follow this story. I'll send it back to you.
All right, Charlie Langton for us live tonight. We thank you for that report coming to us from the Leland. More on this, of course, in the hours and days to come. Now to breaking news out of northern Michigan, where a couple has been charged with the murder of 22-year-old Rebecca Park and her baby. The suspect's Park-owned mother and stepfather, Bradley and Courtney Bartholomew, are accused of planning her death. They're also accused of torture. Park went missing November 3rd. Her body found nearly 3 weeks later in a national forest west of Cadillac. The Bartholomews are now being held without bond. A former doctor who pleaded no contest to multiple sexual assault charges has learned his own fate. Omar Ujaz was sentenced today to 35 to 60 years behind bars. That's nearly a life sentence. Civil lawsuits against him have been settled for $141 million.
Because the court feels that this individual is a predator beyond all belief, and his court feels that he would never amend his ways even after serving time with the Michigan Department of Corrections. Guidelines do not justify or do justice to the sentence that he deserves. Thank you.
We're told there are possibly more survivors and more charges could be brought going forward. Well, day 2 of testimony in a hearing for 4 people charged in the death of a 5-year-old boy in Troy. Young Thomas Cooper was in a hyperbaric chamber at the Oxford Center in Troy when it exploded, killing him. Those charged are accused of not following safety protocols. Fox News' Brandon Hudson joins us live with the latest from court. And Brandon, an emotional day in court as well today.
Yeah, so Sharuk, we expect to hear at least one more day of testimony before a judge will decide if all 4 defendants will go to trial. Excuse me. If all 4 defendants will go to trial, but that won't happen for at least another week and a half. There was a lot of talk today about what happened inside that hyperbaric chamber that led to Thomas Cooper's death back in January. Tamla Peterson, Gary Markin, Alita Moffitt, and Jeffrey Mosteller were back in court today. They appeared even keel as their attorneys cross-examined the witnesses from the prosecutor. The attorneys raised questions about what caused a spark within the chamber and if there was static inside. Now, earlier this year, 5-year-old Thomas Cooper died while receiving treatment at the Oxford Center in Troy. Investigators say that he was inside one of the hyperbaric chambers when it caught fire. Police say his mom tried to pull him out, but she couldn't help him, and the young Thomas didn't survive. His mom also suffered some injuries. During the investigation, police arrested all 4 people associated with the Oxford Center, including Tamla Peterson, who ran the operation. They all face second-degree murder charges. Listen to what the prosecuting attorney said in court on whether Thomas Cooper was grounded in that chamber.
If Thomas Cooper had been grounded during his treatment, when his knee came close to that mattress, would there have been that discharge?
No.
Why not?
Because he would have been continuously grounded, and there isn't an opportunity for the static to build up.
The preliminary hearing will resume on December 12th. Live here in Troy, I'm Brandon Hudson, Fox 2 News.
All right, let's get a check on the weather now. You know what? It's exactly as we expect during this time of the year. It's nice outside, nothing too severe, nothing crazy, just cold.
That's right. And this cold pattern continues well into next week. Now, we did have some light snow early this morning. There was a coating of snow in spots, especially near the Michigan-Ohio border region. But you can see it's going to be dry for the rest of tonight. In fact, we're seeing breaks in the clouds off to our north. A couple of flurries way down there by Cleveland, Ohio. Here are the numbers. Current temperatures 30 for us, 19 degrees in Chicago right now. Look at Oshkosh, Marquette, also very much colder off to our west. And this cold air is going to really settle into our area Thursday and Friday. How about some live pictures along the Detroit River? You can see some of those breaks in the clouds. But it's cold for the rest of tonight. On average, we're going to get down to 19. Thankfully, we have no big storms in the forecast. There will be some flurries around tomorrow. Even into next week, there's no big warm-up to show you in the 7-day. We'll check it in detail coming up in 10. Root, back to you.
All right, thanks so much, Rich. Michigan State debuts its newest head football coach. Fox News' Dan Miller has been following this, and reaction and a lot of numbers and a lot of career stats to talk about with this guy.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Didn't take Michigan State long to turn the page after firing Jonathan Smith on Sunday. The university officially introduced its new head coach today. Pat Fitzgerald takes over on the same day he celebrated his 51st birthday. He was the head coach at Northwestern for 17 years. He knows this conference. He's good friends with Mark D'Antonio, and it's the type of success he had at MSU that Fitzgerald will be chasing.
Michigan State has historically competed for Big Ten championships, and my family and I are grateful for the opportunity to make sure we get back to that place. We're going to build this for long-term success, and we need everyone to buy in. Toughness was born here in Michigan State football, and every game is going to be a focus of victory and winning. But there's one game that just means a little bit more, doesn't it? I'll just leave that one alone. So to the Spartan fans, the alumni, your passion is unmatched. I'm excited to earn your trust, to energize our program, and to build a team that you'll be proud of to support every Saturday. I'm humbled for the opportunity. I'm fired up for the challenge, and I'm ready to get to work. It's just a great day to be a Spartan. Go Green.
Fitzgerald, of course, was fired at Northwestern because of allegations of hazing within the program. He sued for wrongful termination. That case was settled. He says he was vindicated. Today, he gets a chance to write the new chapter of his career. Spartan fans are hoping it is a great one in East Lansing.
You always talk about culture, whether it be at the NFL or at the college level. How important is it right now at this time to have the kind of person that we have coming in?
It's huge, assuming that what happened at Northwestern he had nothing to do with.
Yeah.
But he needs to bring this program together. It just, under Jonathan Smith, there was no direction. It did not feel like there was anything to be excited about. The Mel Tucker thing was just an absolute disaster. So get back to the way Mark D'Antonio did it. Find the right players, build the right program. It's not an easy thing to do these days in NIL, and he's never done it before. So there's questions to be answered. But I think he can provide that kind of leadership.
Get to work. Plenty of work to be done ahead.
No doubt.
Thank you, Dan. We'll see you in a few minutes. We'll be right back.
I'm Ingrid Kelly. On this Giving Tuesday, you can help people dine with dignity, even when they can't afford the plate of food.
The name of